Imagine this. You are in a relationship with a woman. You both are at church attending the service. But then a woman catches your eye and gives you looks and then decides to go towards the changing room. What do you do next? You think this is the perfect opportunity to follow her, so you wait a few seconds, so it does not sound suspicious. You then go and then the woman starts to scream. Everyone can hear and the woman you are in a relationship with decides to go to see what is going on because she is worried about you. The other woman then says you followed her, and she felt uncomfortable. You gave her looks in the church and therefore she left to go into the changing room. Everything has switched. You thought she was interested in you when really, she wanted to test you and see what your limits were and how the woman you are dating will respond to it. Now the woman you are in a relationship with decides to leave the church because she feels you have embarrassed her. Everyone heard what the woman was saying and started to talk with themselves.
I realized that the man I was in a relationship with has been playing games. Not only with the woman whom we were in proximity with, but with other women. I have decided to leave him because my worth will be questioned. I know my worth and I know I will find someone who takes me more seriously and who does not embarrass me and make me feel like a fool. Why did you try and make me feel like a fool? I tried not to believe that you were in relationships with other women, with the situation that happened. But then I hear things and there is evidence that you have been dating other women while we are in a relationship. Now we have no potential to continue.
Have you commented on my video yet? Please comment and like, it will help a lot. I will appreciate it. Subscribe if you like this content and want more.
I have come to the realization. I have surely come to the realization. I have come to the realization. The realization. You don't have the worth I saw you as. You thought you had me fooled. But I have gotten to the stage that I realize. You are not the person I saw you as. What would I describe you as? More of a follower. What would I describe you as? You get other people to help you. I am probably more independent than you. I can attest that I have worth. You saw worth in me, but wanted me to think differently. I feel like you have made me raise my bar. This is because you think you can have people fooled. Thought you could have me fooled. But I now see through you. I thought we both would last. Now I don't open up myself to you. I refuse to continue to play your game. You will finally be exposed for who you are. Continue to keep searching. I know my worth. You don't have the worth I saw you as. You thought you had me fooled. But I have gotten to the stage that I realize. You are not the person I saw you as. What would I describe you as? More of a follower. What would I describe you as? You thought you could play the field. You thought I could stop you. But I can make you think differently. With the opinions that I could get other people to express to you. I try to understand you. And I know this will make you try to search for me. But I will just leave you where you are meant to be. Keep you following. No way to access me. Trying to force yourself here will keep you running. You can't convince me anymore. Go back to your friends. The ones who are also following your lifestyle. Keep searching even when you gain nothing from it. You don't have the worth I saw you as. You thought you had me fooled. But I have gotten to the stage that I realize. You are not the person I saw you as. What would I describe you as? More of a follower. What would I describe you as? You don't have the worth I saw you as. You thought you had me fooled. But I have gotten to the stage that I realize. You are not the person I saw you as. What would I describe you as? More of a follower. What would I describe you as? I have come to the realization. I have surely come to the realization. I have come to the realization. I have surely come to the realization. I would describe you as. Was I truly in a relationship with you? To me, I was just a game to you. A game so you can build on the experience of having others fooled. Fooled to getting what you want. All you want is to feel like no one can compete with you with the number of people you can be in a relationship with. You wanted to play the field even with being in a relationship with me. I caught your eye. You decided to be in a relationship with me because you thought I could prove you wrong. You thought I could change your lifestyle of spending time with countless women. Therefore, you wanted to be in a relationship with me, while what I wanted was a future with both of us. But you have tainted my mind of dreams that I wanted us to pursue together. What about your friends? Where are they? They are probably hiding because they are probably following the same lifestyle that you lead. All you are doing is following a lifestyle that you will not benefit from but feel like you benefit from because of the women you can fool. The women to whom you can sell your dreams to and then leave disappointed. When I decide to cut all ties with you, this is when you feel disappointed when you caused this to happen in the first place. You want to play the field while you are in a relationship with me, and you do not want me to have any emotional attachments to this in any way. You want to play a game while we are both in a relationship. Does this make sense at all? A relationship to me is like a contract. If you don't decide to keep with the contract, the access is now denied. A relationship is not a job in which you can leave and act irresponsibly. It is something that you agree with from the start. If you don't decide to keep to the contract, then you can leave when you think there is no benefit from it by speaking to me first. Not to do things behind my back for me to find out sooner or later that what we agreed on has been tampered with. Since you are no longer hearing from me, you feel like you have played a lousy game. You made me disappointed, but you thought I would confront you. This is what happens when you see your worth. As soon as you realize that the relationship is not worth pursuing, because of the other person's actions, they want to mend it with you because they now have lost someone who has always seen their worth. The person who allows them to play the field and continue to be in a relationship with them are the ones who are taken for granted. I cannot imagine the people whom you have taken for granted and how you could have thrived from this. I could compare this to having a parent. The parent will tell you not to do a specific thing, but then you decide to do it. The parent now chooses not to confront you but take away the supply you have received from them. What happens next? You find your way to get that supply that you received because this was what you saw as receiving opportunity, but now you have done something wrong. This can be compared to God. You did something wrong, and now you do not feel close to God at all. Now you are begging to ask God for forgiveness. I think sometimes before you go into a relationship, you must let a person know what limits there are and what they should not cross. This is so they know what will make them lose every connection with you if they decide to go past what you agree. People think going into a relationship means gaining experience and having fun in life when it should be seen as a way to move forward in life but receive support from the other person. What support were you giving me? I got your time, but you also gave other people your time to do things that are crossing the whole dynamic of what a relationship should be. What should a relationship be, you ask? You probably need to understand that. A relationship is when you both decide to come together because of how you feel towards each other positively. You decide to be in each other's lives while growing and achieving the goals you desire. But also by eventually building with each other since you both have feelings towards each other and want to develop from it. A relationship is not a broken record in which you go in the relationship to feel some sense of security so that you can be in relationships with other women. This is what you usually want to do. You want to find a home you can stay in so that you can go out and connect with other people because you feel you have succeeded in doing this. I know my worth and I will keep to it.
What do you do when you were in a relationship with a woman you saw as having so much potential in changing who you were, but you messed that up by being with other women? The only thing you can do is acknowledge that you did something wrong and decide the next time round you won't make the same mistakes. This is by thinking of the habits or weaknesses you may have that might make you feel like continuing the pattern. Building the fact that a relationship is not for playing the field but rather to move forward in a genuine way is very important to view the relationship. It can be hard to be in a relationship with someone and not play the field when you feel like it was your way of living. It was your thought pattern that told you that it is important to be with different women. But what if you finally stopped and allowed the women that you begin relationships with know what your weaknesses are and know how you may need support in dealing with this? How you may need someone to understand you. Because this is where it comes. You need to feel understood so that you don't repeat the same pattern. Feeling understood will give you the security you need. The woman who saw her worth may have blocked themselves from you, but that does not mean that opportunities do not exist. You can work on building your perspective on relationships and one day you can find someone who understands you and is willing to support you. Sometimes we rather play the field while we are in a relationship since it gives us security. The best thing to do is find that security in yourself, not different women. How do you do this? By building your mental strength. This can be asking questions about the thought patterns you have, and if difficult, seeking therapy. But if you cannot seek therapy, let others know who you have a relationship with what the truth is. If they do not support you, then this means they rather support your old lifestyle, which means they are not the right person for you. This helps you with how you feel emotionally, which is another aspect that is very important. It can feel uncomfortable to tell others what your weaknesses are, but it can also be a test to know the people who are willing to accept you for you. Because when you decide to be in a relationship and play the field, it's because you think those you play the field with will accept you because you are giving part of yourself that you feel you are already receiving from the woman you are in a relationship with. You feel more accepted. but really you are not gaining anything from that other than temporary pleasure which will always continue until there is a stop to it. There will be a stop to it eventually, whether it's because of your health or your age. Seeking a relationship with God can also help with the habits or thought patterns you have. People usually tell us to seek therapy all the time, but is it easy? And is it helpful? Going to a church may be able to help, or just giving yourself accountability and expressing yourself to God alone. Playing the field can be seen as having a drinking problem. When you are trying to overcome your drinking problem, you seek other people to understand you have this habit, so you don't relapse. Receiving support from those around you who allow you to overcome your past lifestyle can help. I think playing the field should also be seen as having a drinking problem. The reason why relationships fail is because people choose to not accept the weaknesses another person has, which makes the relationship eventually fall and collapse completely. This is the reason why divorces are popular. Knowing this will allow you to know how important it is for both of you to have an understanding with each other. What if you wanted to continue to play the field? Then know that when the right person comes, you may lose the opportunity to stay with this person. Time is ticking. The lifestyle is not a permanent source that will be beneficial for you in the future. As men, we can think we can act on physical attraction and not get caught. We think we are playing a game that we feel people will not recognize. What if you were in a relationship with a woman and another woman has caught your eye, and this gives you the opportunity to play your game? Do you think the woman who has caught your eye is ready to stay silent for a long time, or will she like to make it known? Will she like to expose you? Will she have had bad histories with men and will like to test men to see if they are a good example of the past men she has been in a relationship with? What if the relationship you currently have is going well and you decide to take it away from one small action you thought will not make you get caught? If everyone knows what type of person you may be with what the woman who has caught your eye has said, won't it make you never go to that place again? Then you won't feel some sort of security because that place was a place you thought will help you grow spiritually. Now you are chasing different people until you feel safe because you are no longer welcome in the place where the woman caused a scene in.